Welcome back to our series, Maturing Your GDPR Compliance Program. In this episode, we're going to focus on monitoring GDPR compliance and effective reporting. Making sure your organization adheres to the GDPR's requirements is not a one-time effort. It's an ongoing process that requires continuous attention and refinement. The goal of monitoring in the context of personal data protection is to understand whether what's on paper matches the reality of your business. Monitoring helps you to verify if your records of processing activities are complete, to identify potential new risks, and to establish if our existing data protection processes are sufficiently ingrained within the business operations. As your GDPR compliance program matures, you can also broaden your monitoring to help further align with your organization's business objectives, such as cultivating positive customer experiences or unlocking the value of the data that is in the business. Let's explore why monitoring GDPR compliance is important, how to do it effectively, and how it adds value to your data privacy program. Monitoring GDPR compliance is essential for two key reasons. First, it helps to identify and mitigate risks associated with data protection and privacy. By continuously monitoring your compliance status, you can quickly address any gaps and weaknesses in your data handling practices before they become serious issues. Secondly, monitoring demonstrates to regulators, customers, and partners that your organization's operations truly follow your data protection policies and that your organization is committed to maintaining high data protection standards by going broader and deeper over time. This helps in building trust with your customers, vendors, shareholders, employees, and also positions your company as a leader in privacy and data protection. Trust in terms helps to remove boundaries in procurement processes, it facilitates bigger commercial commitment in your company, and it unlocks access to more data for your business. Here are some key steps you can implement to mature your GDPR monitoring. 1. Regular audits of your data processing activities are the backbone of effective GDPR compliance monitoring. These audits should assess whether the data processing is done lawfully, transparently, and securely. They should also evaluate the accuracy of your data inventory and whether data subject rights are respected and facilitated. You can maintain a regular audit cycle, which can be conducted by external auditors or your internal auditors, or both. It helps to ensure that your data protection audits are aligned to frameworks which are relevant to your organization's business. For instance, the ISO 27701 framework is a good example of a program-oriented privacy risk management framework that is actually also aligned to the GDPR. 2. Leverage technology to automate the monitoring process. There are numerous tools available that can help track data flows, detect breaches, and manage consent more efficiently. Automation reduces the likelihood of human error and also frees up your resources to focus on more strategic compliance effort and determining what you do with the data that you generate. With automated monitoring, one of the ways to be effective is to ensure that your monitoring is integrated into the systems and processes that the business actually uses. This could be integration into procurement, IT, R&D, marketing, sales, and other tools and processes. From the other end, unchecked integrations between software tools and systems are also a common blind spot for businesses, and these are an increasingly risky area. When thinking about automating the monitoring process, you should also consider what are your goals for reporting. Do you care about immediate metrics such as the number of vendors that have passed privacy review within a certain period, or do you care about contextual metrics such as the average time of vendor privacy review increasing or maybe decreasing over time? 3. Ensure that all employees are regularly trained on GDPR requirements and your organization's data protection policies. An informed workforce is your first line of defense against any non-compliance. When crafting the GDPR training and awareness program, it usually works best to have a combination of training approaches, a general training program that is covering all of your employees, and a more role-specific training for key teams that are interacting with personal data in your organizations with highest risk. Regardless of your chosen training awareness format, you should ensure that you hold the training regularly and have a process in place to enforce the training with everyone. A good idea could be to complement formal training with more creative and topical awareness-raising campaigns, which can also serve to promote your work on the data protection. Perfect moments for this type of campaign are some celebratory dates such as the Data Protection Date or the GDPR anniversary. Finally, try to make the training awareness-raising activities tailored and relevant to your organization's business, based on the frequent risks and pain points that come up. Bonus points if you actually make the content and delivery of your training fun and approachable for your employees. 4. Update policies and procedures. As laws and technologies evolve, you should also update respectively your data protection policies and procedures. Regular monitoring will help you identify when updates are needed to reflect the new regulatory requirements or changes in your business operations. 5. Effective monitoring is only half the battle. You also need to report on compliance efforts that you're making. Reporting not only helps with internal decision-making, but it also demonstrates to external stakeholders that you're in control of your data protection obligations. Here are some examples of the metrics that you can report on. For example, incident response times. You can measure how quickly your team responds to and resolves data breaches or other privacy incidents. Or training completion rates. You can track the percentage of your employees who have completed successfully your mandatory data protection training. Other idea could be data subject requests. You can monitor the number of requests that have been received from individuals that exercise their GDPR rights, such as access, rectification, or erasure. And you can monitor how efficiently these requests are handled and how fast. You can also audit your findings. You can summarize the findings from your regular audits, including any gaps that have been identified and actions taken to address them. These metrics provide valuable insights into the effectiveness of your GDPR compliance program, and they help to identify areas for improvement. Monitoring compliance and reporting of performance can bring the following benefits to your organization. Enhanced reputation. Demonstrating a commitment to data privacy enhances your reputation among your customers, employees, partners, and regulators. This can lead in turn to increased customer loyalty and opening up of new business opportunities for your organization. Risk management. By identifying and addressing compliance gaps early, you mitigate the risk of data breaches and the associated financial and reputational damage. Operational efficiency. Regular monitoring and reporting can lead to more streamlined data handling processes, reducing inefficiencies, and lowering of the costs. Data insights. A robust GDPR compliance program can provide valuable insights into your data processing activities, which helps you make more informed business decisions and improve product or service offerings. Unlocking use of data sets, enabling communication with clients and marketing recipients. Privacy teams can help marketers unlock the ability to combine customer and lead data within legal framework of the GDPR. They can help ensure smoother customer and employee journey through transparency and privacy controls. Saving money with data governance. Data minimization, which is one of the key GDPR principles, is focused on limiting storage of data. Through maintaining good governance of your personal data, your organization can actually also save a lot of money in storage and hosting by disposing of the redundant, outdated, or incorrect data. By implementing a systematic approach to compliance monitoring and leveraging the insights gained from reporting, you can ensure that your GDPR compliance program meets regulatory requirements and also supports your business objectives. Think about which data protection metrics can speak to the key values for your organization and consider how can you actually collect these. This can be pivotal in building privacy-centric company culture and in demystifying privacy as a business enabler. Thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned for more insights in our series on maturing your GDPR compliance program.